What's up, guys? I'm Allie,
I'm Alex.
and this is
Pretty problematic.
We're back.
Episode 4.
4 is crazy. How are we here already?
Hope you guys have all had a good week. Our week has been crazy. We usually talk, I feel like, all day, every day, texting, voice notes. But this week, I think we've both just been a lot of craziness, honestly, to say the least.
Yeah, just family coming in town on both of our ends. My son had surgery yesterday, and so it's just been crazy. And yeah, I haven't had any time for anything.
And you work full time. This is my last week of work. So yeah, it was just crazy.
Yeah, working, family, and yeah, we usually talk like every day, but I feel like both of us were just like, we needed time. So this is actually us catching up tonight because we didn't have any time. So we haven't even like seen or talked to each other in days.
So weird. And you know, every week is a new adventure for me. So we have a lot to catch up on, I guess.
Oh, I know. Every time I come in, I'm like, so what's new?
Like, it's crazy because so I go to therapy. I just started a few months ago.
Yeah.
When I tell him like, oh yeah, nothing happened. But then I start thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, this happened. And he's like, oh, okay, wow.
Nothing.
It's not normal. Like but for me, maybe I just numb it or something. I don't know. Or just
probably
push it out.
I'm used to it now.
I'm just used to it. So it doesn't seem like a big deal.
But when other people hear it, they're like,
I think that's with you too.
Yeah, I come over and you just tell me something as if it's like the most nonchalant thing you've ever said, and I'm like jaw on the floor.
Same with you though today.
That's very true. I do come with the craziness as well. Yeah, honestly, so far this has been like really fun. We've loved the last 3 episodes, and we're just so excited. Like, getting into the episode 4, we just appreciate every single one of you for listening, and the fact that we have a steady listening number of people is so crazy for us, and we're just so grateful, and we're really excited to keep doing content and keep thinking of ideas. We also are enjoying a lot like of your feedback, so if you have any, you know where to put it. You can go to our Instagram link and always message us your stories or even just feedback or anything, questions, anything you want to ask us.
Yeah, honestly, thank you so much for all the positive feedback. It's been really fun. More than I ever thought. Like I said in the beginning, we thought, oh, yeah, maybe like 5 people. But it's like actually
getting into the hundreds. Yeah, I'm just like, this is actually crazy, because if we stood in a room with 200 people, we'd be like, wow, that's a lot of people listening.
Have you seen that? It's like a meme, or I don't know, like a reel. It's like you imagine it, not just like likes, because if you have 5 likes, it looks weird. But if you're in a room and there's 5 people like cheering you on, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And then you go to 100 or even 50. Like,
and that's even crazy.
A lot. And that's so.
And today we're going to be talking about kind of that in a sense.
It's like that illusion, kind of.
It is an illusion. These likes and the clicks and the views and everything. It's like how our brains are processing that isn't really normal, you know, because subjects that we're going to get into today go into the millions, like these numbers that you can't even fathom. I can't even picture a million people.
Exactly. Like, I remember going to a concert or a sporting event, and I find out how many people the stadium seats, and I'm like, what? Only that many? Because I think about online how there's people have 100,000 followers or a million, and it's like you can't even wrap your head around it, because that's what I picture. But then when you find they're like 5,000, 20,000, and that's crazy.
Yep.
And just, so I think it has given us this false, like, it's hard to wrap our heads around it. Honestly, I don't think it's natural to be like. It's not
natural, is it?
Yeah.
But we are going to get a little bit into that coming up here in our hot takes, because this week, wow, lots of stuff going on. So we have a lot to talk about with the hot takes, and we're just going to jump into it now. First, we're going to start out with, hi, sister, James Charles.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so that was crazy, the video that he did. It was on his spam account, but still, it just shows who
That's
he really...
That's another thing. It's like, spam account, you're still James Charles.
Filter. Yeah, those are his thoughts coming out. So for those of you who don't know, someone messaged him asking for help, or just kind of like...
to promote her GoFundMe.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because she lost her job with Spirit Airlines. And I don't know what triggered him that day, because he just went off attacking her and just saying she's lazy, needs to get a job, all this stuff. When because it's so easy to get a job, right? Like, no.
It's so easy right now in this economy.
Obviously, he's just living in his own world.
I mean, how far out of touch do you have to be to react that way and to think?
Yeah.
I just don't even know how you could post that. Exactly. I could see like making it in a draft and just watching it, rewatching, and be like, oh yeah, I was on some, like, never mind, I'm gonna not post that. But to just post something that crazy, I don't know what was going through his mind.
Okay, so that was, I don't know how long ago it was, a couple weeks ago, but then
2 weeks, I think, to be exact.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, because then just yesterday he posted a response and he's like, sorry, I haven't said anything for 2 weeks. I've been really thinking about it. So he had to get all of this hate, right, to then apologize, saying that he obviously doesn't know what he was thinking in the moment. He was out of touch, didn't realize how bad the economy really was. I don't know. If you read the comments, some people buy it. Some people are like, okay, yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to look more. And I mean, he's trying to make up for it by donating to that woman, donating to other people. I mean, but still, I don't know.
He's not relatable. He's not. He's always been this public figure. I mean, since he was a preteen, he was doing makeup on YouTube. He's never, ever had a normal life, I guess, to say. He's come from money, has money. He's never going to understand the struggle. So it's like, when you're in that position, what gives you the thought in your head, like, oh, I should make a video attacking someone about their job, getting a job, and not asking for handouts? It's like, okay, you were the last person actually that anybody would want to hear that from.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So the apology video, to me, I mean, this is his fourth apology video?
I don't know. Or that's more. I think every year. I honestly have never followed him. I don't know. I just saw on my For You page and I'm like, what is this guy?
Why is he yelling at me on the internet? Yeah, no, he gets canceled every single year for some crazy stuff every time. And there's been worse things he's been canceled for. But honestly, at this point, it's just like, who is even following him?
Well, 40 million people, supposedly.
It was all 39.5 million people still. That's too many.
It's a big thing. Everyone's like, we got him under 40 million. So who knows?
It's like, again, that number is like incomprehensible.
See, like, how can you, in the state of Utah, there's like 3 million and something, 3 point something million.
Oh, wow.
So think about that times 10.
How is that real?
You know, it's insane.
Do you think it's like not real? Like, it just doesn't seem like that's possible.
I know. It's like so hard to comprehend that. And yeah, like, who's following him? Social media, I think, in general, is just screws with a lot of sense of reality and like,
yeah,
what is attainable.
When we're talking about influencers, especially with James Charles, they are literally paid by us, the people that they're influencing.
Our views.
Your job is paid by us. So probably don't get on a video yelling at us about money. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's the last thing you need to do.
Exactly.
So speaking of people that are completely out of touch with reality, we're going to now talk about Drake.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok that Ali made kind of making fun of Drake, and then people started fighting in the comments about it and just a bunch of crap. And I'm like, what is happening with this? I don't know anything about him, honestly. Like, I know you love Kendrick, and there's always a battle between them. So
yeah, maybe I'll just give you a little background because you don't really know what's been happening. So they've been kind of like dissing each other for years.
Okay.
And just to give a little more background, Drake really put Kendrick on, though. Kendrick has said that he owes a lot to Drake for actually bringing him on tour. Like, like Drake,
so he
did help Kendrick get where he is.
I see.
100%. Like, I think Drake puts a lot of people on, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's globally a global pop star. You cannot deny that Drake has a fan base that's insane and is like talented. You can't deny that. He also came from money. He also came from Degrassi, an actor. So he has like all these backgrounds. But Kendrick, Drake put him on. He brought him on tour. So yeah, they were kind of close, I would say. They did songs together. They have a few songs together. And they're like classics. I mean, Poetic Justice. There's just a lot of songs that they're on together. So, but after that, we don't really know personally what went on between them, but we do know they started shooting shots at each other on songs.
Okay.
So there was always subliminally like little disses here and there on both sides for Kendrick and Drake. But then what really hit was when This is kind of another thing you don't know about. J. Cole, who's part of the big three, which is Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake. They're supposed to be the GOATs, the like best of all time rappers. That's kind of the big three. So Drake and J. Cole made a song together called First Person Shooter. And they kind of dissed Kendrick in it. It wasn't really a diss. They basically were like, we asked Kendrick to do this with us and he didn't want to do it. But in a different way, obviously, in the song. But they did come for Kendrick a little bit in there. And honestly, they were kind of just giving him credit, saying they're the big three, like Kendrick should be there. But Kendrick didn't want any of that. He didn't want anything to do with either of them. So he came back at them. And his first diss was in the song Like That with Future. And he basically said, F the big three, it's just Big Me. And that's where everything started. And that's where Drake just lost it immediately. He cannot stand being like, he's a really sore loser, I think, personally, in my opinion. He can't handle it. So he like begged for the battle. Yeah, and so that all happened. Okay, so fast forward, now we're about 2 years out from that. And Drake is now dropping 3 new albums. All of them disses at Kendrick again. And everyone that went against him, LeBron James, DeRozan, all these people that were supposedly his friends who like sided with Kendrick, he's just whining about every single one of them on every track.
Okay. So it seems like that's his whole like personality now. It's just like dissing and complaining.
And he's also in the middle of a lawsuit, which is it's a very controversial thing because he is suing the label for defamation. So because of what Kendrick said about him and everything in the rap. Now, yes, I can see why you would want to sue someone for defamation if these things aren't true and all this stuff. But when you're talking about rap and like hip hop culture, that can severely mess things up for rappers. There's going to be so much more censorship in songs if they can't battle against each other and say things and spit bars and stuff. Like it's just going to, it's like a huge negative effect on the culture. So that whole lawsuit is a big controversy. And in the middle of this lawsuit now, he's coming out with more disses. So it's just kind of back.
Okay.
So he puts out 3 albums. This is my hot take. They're all garbage. 2 of them are less garbage than one of them. Yeah. And a lot of people like them, because Drake has a lot of fans. I personally think Drake is the McDonald's of rap and honestly just music in general. Like a lot of people like him. It's just worldwide and the numbers are crazy. Just like McDonald's, like everybody eats it everywhere, all the countries.
But it's not like
but it's terrible quality.
Yeah.
It's horrible food. Like we can all agree that it's not good. Or like Starbucks. It's not that great, but everybody drinks it.
It's just convenient.
This is Drake for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's kind of my take on it. But a lot of people don't feel that way. And they think it's because I'm a Kendrick fan, which, yes, I'm a Kendrick fan because I actually like listening to intellectual verses and bars. But anyway, he drops 3 albums. We have The Maid of Honor, Habibti, and Iceman. Iceman's supposed to be the one. I think he made the other 2 to get out of the label deal. And I'm going to make you listen to, I made her listen to a couple of songs.
And I think I've heard of
Janice STFU.
Yeah, on TikTok, but I didn't know it was new.
The beat slides for sure. I can give credit. His production is insane. His beat is crazy. I'm not even saying he's a bad rapper too. Like he can rap, but the things he's talking about as a 40-year-old man are just insane to me. So that's just what gets me. And then his character is just questionable. And his dancing.
I remember like with Hotline
Bling.
I remember seeing that on YouTube and like just laughing because everyone was making fun of it. It was like a joke. Like it looked like he was cleaning a toilet or something. They're doing some like little meme or joke about it.
It's a signature move. But people eat that up too. But
true.
He looks really corny to me. So that's just my opinion. It's very hot take. Yep. Very hot take.
Going against the masses.
The masses right now. Yeah. Lots of people trying to convince me and sway me the other way. A lot of Drake fans are saying, you know what you need to do? They literally, I've been told this, turn off your mind when you listen to it.
Oh, well, that's very enlightening.
So that's how you can actually listen to Drake music, is if you just turn your mind off.
You don't try to think
and then you just don't think about anything. Okay. Don't think about him. Don't think about anything he's done. Just listen to the music.
Works with everything, right?
Yeah, I would assume.
Anything could be good if you just turn off your mind. Don't have an opinion about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna have to do a deep dive.
I'm gonna have to do
it for me so I can see if you have the same opinions. If you like these 3 albums.
I only saw the one made on Spotify, so maybe the other ones really were too bad.
No, they're all on Spotify.
They all are?
Oh, yeah. They're all doing millions of downloads. Unbelievable numbers
are
happening right now for Drake.
Impressive.
Is it going to be a peak and then he drops off? That's really bad for Drake.
So we'll see.
Because this is the most anticipated album of the year.
Okay. There's Drake.
So, yeah, 3 out of 10 for those songs. But anyway, I just want to also do a little callback to last week. We talked about weight loss and all the diet culture and things like that. And I sent Alex a message with an ad of our very own Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives doing a Weight Watchers ad.
Yeah, like, okay. Funny, right after we recorded that episode. Was that after it aired?
It was immediately after. It was
after we recorded it. Yeah.
Yes.
But was it after it was aired? Like we published it?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I didn't check the date on
I don't know
when it came out.
It was
right after.
It was like that same few days from the Saturday.
We were just talking about Weight Watchers,
and then it's like I have never heard anything about it for years.
It's been years since Weight Watchers.
Right when we talked about it, it's like, wow, no, she's
suddenly doing Weight Watchers.
And then people were saying like, okay, let's be real. Did you actually lose the weight with Weight Watchers or Dancing with the Stars and that intense regimen of training and diet?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously that. Do you really think she was on Weight Watchers?
I doubt it. Okay. I'm not going to accuse anyone of not using Weight Watchers, but let's be so for real. She was just on Broadway Dancing with the Stars. You are literally training all day for those things.
It's just interesting because I'm wondering if people are, is it going to be a thing now? Are they trying to make it?
Are they trying to make Weight Watchers come back?
I don't know.
Are you going to start doing Weight Watchers? I'm going to start.
I don't believe in diets.
I'm trying to lose 20 pounds.
Girl, don't. You're going to disappear.
I'm going to start Weight Watchers and I'll give you guys the update. I'll use code Whitney for Weight Watchers.
Because it used to be like where they would have how many Weight Watcher points. They would actually put it on packaging. Like it was such a thing.
Yes, it was like such a thing that it was on brands where it would say like 6-point Weight Watchers, on the back, so you could know what.
Oh yeah, and they had like the lean cuisine things that have
the Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers, yes.
They don't have that anymore. So
those actually were.
They're actually pretty.
They were pretty good. I used
to
eat them at my grandma's.
My mom always had their little rice one.
We have the big ZDs, and my grandma would get so mad because I'd go there and I would eat them all. And she's like, "Where are my Weight Watcher meals?" I'm like 12 eating all the Weight Watcher pastas.
Yeah, I would have like the Santa Fe rice.
It's actually so crazy. Is it coming back?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
Do we just think about this and then it comes? It's weird.
I think so. I think what should come back is The Biggest Loser. That show. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They did a documentary on it recently.
Oh, gutter bash.
Well, bad.
It's like,
it's horrible.
It's like
everybody gained all the way back after.
Of course they did because it's just starving.
They were losing 30 pounds a week, dude. Do you know how horrible that is? People were going to die. People throw up and pass out, and they legit looked like they were dying on that show.
Had to go home,
and the trainers were like, "Do it again, go." It was actually really sad and scary. It was a scary show. I remember watching it being like, the name is outrageous too. The Biggest Loser is crazy.
Exactly.
And then I realized, is The Biggest Loser like losing weight? I thought originally it was like The Biggest Loser, like a loser.
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like without knowing.
Sounds like a show about Drake. So many people are going to hate me for this episode.
Let's hope not.
I just want to put out there. Never mind. You know what? You can hate me for it. It's fine. I'm a hater. I don't like Drake.
Yeah,
just don't come for me. It's fine. But yeah, so I think Weight Watchers might be coming back, but we'll have to look into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But anyway, to round out that whole hot takes, everything that we talked about today, I think what really is the problem here is that these famous people, we're not even talking about Drake's level. We're talking about influencers, people on those levels. They are so out of touch right now with the economy, with what's going on in the real world. People can't even put gas in their cars right now.
It's crazy.
And people can't feed their kids. That's what's really going on right now. And they're just out of touch and not relatable. So a lot of influencing is going down right now.
Oh, I think people just aren't like relating with it as much. And because I have seen, at least on my Instagram, like so many of my friends or whatever, just like reposting things like, oh, this is actually real. This is actually real life. Like what a real house looks like. It's not like these amazing, I don't know.
Like we're in a house, we're on a couch.
Yeah.
This is real life.
This is real life. Like, there's going to be messes here, messes there. It's not all perfectly staged with like $1,000 everything, you know?
Like pink pots and pans and
like
lights
perfectly
and
clean. Yeah. Having kids like with, you know, perfectly dressed all the time.
Oh.
It's just not realistic when people are like actually struggling to just survive. And so I think just because the economy is going, there's just that distance is like widening a lot.
So, it is a lot. And people are just becoming a little less inclined to be following and paying for products from influencers who are very out of touch and not relatable anymore.
And then also like people just don't have that kind of money to spend on that. So that could be another thing. And I know like for me, I've had a time where I would literally just spend like thousands of dollars every week just buying everything. Like, yeah, I want that, I want that. But now it's like, obviously, you realize what's important. You see people struggling, you know, just everything. Like, I think there's a big wake up. People are realizing what's important. And yeah,
it's a big wake up call right now.
Yeah.
And I think
it's really sad. I hope things get better, honestly.
I really hope things start getting better. But I do think the influencing era is going to change a little bit, at least. I think it's going to get different here coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's getting bad out there, but we want to kind of segue into our next not pleasant situation here, which is going to be a story time by yours truly,
me, Alex. So I've brought up in the past that obviously my situation with going through divorce with my first baby daddy, it was crazy and traumatizing, and just that whole relationship and marriage was very traumatizing. And I think right after I separated, I did start dating right away. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, like I mentioned, I didn't heal before. Obviously, that was just kind of my way of, wow, I'm finally free after being married since I was 21, pretty much, you know, just go out, experience. And yeah, I had fun. It was great. But with that being said, I did have a lot of that trauma still. And I think looking back, I actually thought that these certain type of people were all that I could get, you know, or like these were the best. I did jump into a relationship like pretty fast.
Yeah, and I think you probably just carried that with you, and without even knowing it, you were attracting the same type of
exactly
man. Do you think it was just like a more strong physical connection?
That's what I think, because I probably shouldn't say this, but I never felt like that strong chemistry or being so physically attracted to someone. And so then obviously that kind of clouds your judgment, of course. Like seeing everything through rose-colored glasses.
Because you're like, this is better, because now you feel like this real physical chemistry, and so you didn't have that before, so now you're thinking this must be real because of that strong chemistry.
So it was different, because honestly I thought, oh, it's opposite, but it was not. It was kind of different but same, like we said. So
same but different.
I didn't think I deserved it all, you know. Subconsciously, like now I can see that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't want to believe and I didn't want to listen to the red flags. And I have specific moments in that time where I was like, I could just dip right now, block him, and be done. And I'm like, why didn't I do that?
Yeah.
But I think we're always going to have those moments. And I just learn, take it and learn. I think I was honestly just like so desperate. Yeah, I guess you could say desperate, but just like maybe in a rush, because it's really hard once you're married and then you're divorced, and I'm used to living with a guy. I'm used to this family. So I feel like, how do I just casually date? I don't know how to do it. I didn't know how. And it was just so weird for me. So I think that was another thing where I was just like hoping and trying to make it work out.
Like kind of jumping into things fast.
And thinking that
felt that connection too.
Yeah. And then if I felt like, okay, I'm going to do things better this time, I'm going to, keep trying. I'm going to communicate better, like all these things. But I learned, honestly, like you can give everything, do everything right, but if it's not with the right person, you can't change people, and it's never going to work out. So I'm not going to say he's like a bad person or anything, but
I'll do it.
It was it was a lot of bad things, and then I got pregnant like really fast. Not to mention there's just a bunch of other stuff that happened with my ex, trying to destroy his life too. So it was a
big mess.
It was a big mess, and I think that was another reason that maybe it brought us closer together, because we're like, oh, look, both of our exes are like trying to take us apart, and like so there was that too. And I was really illusioned, and I like wanted to believe in this fairy tale, and we're all gonna end up great. And then I got pregnant after like a few months, honestly, so it was pretty fast. So then even with that, even more of a reason to make it work out. But yeah, then ends up he was just like, he did the same thing to me. I mean, after that, it's been like up, down, high, low, emotional, toxic trauma bond that I'm trying to get over still to this day. Also, this relationship, my first like boyfriend after divorce, it's way harder. I don't know why no one talks about that, because it is way harder to get over. I don't know why.
Like harder than the marriage.
Harder than the marriage.
Harder than the 8 years.
Way harder to get over that. I don't know why. But I think it's just because of that trauma bond is like a drug. So. And I was reading about it, and it's actually like a heroin addiction withdrawal, and that's how painful it is.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like a eczema cream.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a rash cream.
It's a rash cream. Just stop.
It's really, really similar. Diffuse it, and it's pretty much the same thing. Like,
yeah, literally.
Gosh, I can't be serious for more than 3 seconds.
No, but it's true. But I have to just be grateful for lessons. I really thought I was done forever having kids. Oh. And look, now I have a daughter who honestly, I think it's just given me it's been like the hardest thing ever to do it by myself, but also it kind of gives me like a peace and just like a purpose to keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're doing it all alone, and that is amazing. I could never, ever.
Yeah. Well, if you had to, you would.
Wow. If you had to, you do, and that's why women are so strong, and they can. I don't think men could, but yeah. I mean, I think a lot of this, you got a lot out of it. You have a beautiful daughter. Mm-hmm. You have learned lessons, and it hopefully will bring, good things to your life, even though it has been so painful. Mm-hmm. But I think, it also gave us a lot of stories to talk about on the podcast.
Exactly. So,
I mean, I'm grateful because we have a lot more of those stories that come from this that we're going to hopefully dive into in future episodes.
Because I mean, even every week there's always
every week there's some.
Hope you guys are in for that.
You guys got to stick around to hear more. But this, your story is like actually very similar to one that we got from a listener today. So yeah. So we're going to read these stories. You're going to read one, and I'm going to read the other.
I got one, and then you got, okay.
Because last time we didn't get to do one.
Yeah.
So we have 2 listener stories this week, which is really, really exciting. Yeah. And they are actually crazy. And yeah, I think it's pretty similar to what you've gone through. And so it's not just you out there. There's other people with like eerily similar stories.
It's sad like how common it is for these things to happen. So
Yep. Yeah. But that's kind of actually cool how we can come together and, talk about this, and we can all come together and be like a community for each other, because it's hard to do this alone, and it wouldn't be fun. But now we can just talk about it and learn from it together.
Learn from it and
judge each other.
Exactly. So our next segment is going to be the listener story, and so we have 2 this week, like we promised.
Yes, we're gonna do one from last week and then one from this week. So we're really excited. Mm-hmm. And yeah, let's go. Let's get into it, because these are really good stories. I'm so excited.
Same.
So let's start out with story number 1. Anonymous. I have a story that still freaks me out to this day. So I had just gotten out of a really toxic relationship a couple months before this happened. I honestly was not emotionally ready to date yet, but eventually I convinced myself to get back out there, and I matched with this guy on a dating app. Oh no, not the dating.
Oh no. Here we go.
We went on a date, and honestly, it was completely normal. We grabbed food, took it to the park. We sat there for a while. Nothing weird happened. It was just very average first date feels. Afterwards, we texted a little bit before bed, and that was it. Next day, I was helping my mom with a project for like 4 hours, so I really wasn't on my phone at all. When I finally looked at it later that afternoon, my stomach dropped. I had 21 missed calls from this man and over 40 text messages.
Okay, that's
creepy. After one date.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think anyone's ever
even
sent me
if
that
you're in
many
a
messages
relationship
when I've been married in a relationship
for a few hours. Okay,
yeah, she said 4 hours. She was doing this thing with her mom.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, let's get back to it. Mind you, We had gone on one date. We didn't even pick each other up. We met separately. He didn't know where I lived, never came to my house, didn't know my last name, nothing. At first, I thought maybe something bad had happened, like, with his life. But the messages were things like, "Why are you ignoring me? Please answer. I know you're there. What did I do wrong?" This is like triggering me.
Not do that. Yeah, like it's
like my skin is crawling.
Like if I just get one text like that, I'm like, ew. Like I'm not responding.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna throw up if I get a text like that. Honestly, it's horrible. Okay. She says, immediately it scared me. Facts.
Exactly.
So I politely told him that this was way too intense for me and that I didn't feel comfortable continuing to talk or date anymore. That is so normal. Like, why would you ever want to date someone like that? Okay. And they've only been on one date. But instead of accepting it, he completely spiraled. He started calling me nonstop. I would decline the calls and he would call back immediately again. Then when I blocked him, he somehow started texting me from brand new numbers. I don't know how he was doing this. I'm guessing texting apps or fake numbers, but every time I blocked one, another would appear.
So
That's crazy. One time I had a friend who had an ex like this, and he ended up messaging her through her TV.
What?
Like on her, like, I don't even know, like Comcast or something. Like, I don't know. But she was like, how did he get in there?
So scary.
Okay. So she said it got so bad that I literally changed my phone number and got a new phone. And for a while that worked. Everything went quiet and I thought it was over. Until one day I walked out to my mailbox and I swear my entire body went cold. There was a handwritten letter from him sitting in my mailbox. What? A full page. 7 paragraphs talking about how we were supposed to be together and how he couldn't stop thinking about me. But the scariest part wasn't even the letter. It was the fact that I never gave this man my address. And somehow in the letter, he mentioned details about my life, my family, and even my children's names. Things that I had never told him about on that date. At this point, I genuinely felt unsafe, and the letters kept coming.
Okay.
Who is this? Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Who is writing like full page letters to people?
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously an unstable person.
Obviously.
Okay, the letters kept coming. Eventually, I had to file for a restraining order because I honestly was terrified that this man was stalking me. Thankfully, after that, he finally stopped contacting me. But a month later, I saw his face posted in the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook group.
The best group.
And apparently I was not the only woman that this had happened to. To this day, it still scares me how quickly someone can go from seeming completely normal to absolutely terrifying.
That's terrible. Yeah, that is terrifying.
That is so crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I would freak out.
Yeah.
You had one date with this man and he was sending you 7 paragraph letters in the mail.
That is a good, so I think, yeah, because that was one thing. How did he find out where we lived? I think a lot of times on dating apps and stuff, people have been like, oh, can I pick you up and stuff? And I'm always like, no. This is just a good reason. I mean, they might find it eventually, but
like that, like she didn't give him her address. It's scary.
That is scary. So
yeah, like he had barely any information about her. And he's sending her letters like this about her kids. Oh, man, I would have lost my mind.
Trust anyone these days. It's so scary.
It's so terrifying.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad they got their restraining order and hopefully,
I don't know what to say. Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, it sounds like she's safe.
She figured it out.
I think she did everything right that she could have. Exactly. But this man was clearly unstable and just that's scary.
Sadly, you never know who you're gonna meet, like ever. That's really bad luck. I'm so sorry.
Seriously.
Yes.
I don't really have any advice because you did everything right.
Exactly.
So, but thank you for sharing your story solely for entertainment purposes.
Okay. Next, a story that I'm going to be sharing.
Oh, I'm excited.
Okay, let's get into it. Hi, girls. I need advice because I genuinely feel like I'm living in a nightmare right now. So recently, I reconnected with this guy that I had briefly dated in high school. At first, it felt innocent. I'm single. He told me he was single. And we just started talking again casually. But then it became intense really fast. We were talking literally all day, every day. He would call me on his way home from work. We'd FaceTime for hours. And eventually we started hanging out in person.
Oh, wow.
It definitely became romantic, even though we never officially defined anything. He would come over multiple nights a week, spend the night, act super affectionate, future fake a little bit. Honestly, it started feeling like a relationship without a title.
That's the worst kind of relationship.
I hate that. Situationship.
Situationship.
It never ends well. But we'll see. There were little things that kept bothering me. Every single night when he got home, it was like he disappeared. He'd suddenly have to get off the phone, his notifications would go silent, and I noticed his phone would randomly go on Do Not Disturb when he got off work at 2 p.m. Yeah. I kept trying to convince myself that I was overthinking it. Then, last week, I had this horrible gut feeling to look at his phone while he was asleep. And before anyone judges me, thank goodness I did. I noticed text messages from a contact that had the same first name as me, which I already thought was weird. So I started reading the messages and realized this man was literally living a double life. Not only did he have a girlfriend, he was living with her. And not only that, they have a 6-month baby together.
6 months?
That's
postpartum.
So triggering for me. Holy. Yeah. Okay. So my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So she says, so this entire time he was spending nights with me whenever he wasn't home with his actual family.
Oh my gosh.
I ended up finding a second Facebook profile he had that had family photos, pictures together, everything.
I would have lost my mind.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I had absolutely no idea this woman or the baby existed. Honestly, one of the worst parts is that I feel incredibly guilty. I would never have continued seeing him if I knew there was another woman involved, especially a woman at home with his baby. I keep thinking about how devastating I would feel if I were her, and it honestly makes me sick to my stomach. I feel manipulated too because I didn't knowingly sign up to be a part of hurting another woman or being involved in someone else's relationship. Yeah. Of course not. Honestly, I feel embarrassed, traumatized, and like my entire reality for the last few months is fake. Part of me wants to expose him to her because she deserves to know the truth. But another part of me feels traumatized and wants to disappear completely. I don't know how people can actually do this and are capable of living double lives like this.
Wow.
Yikes.
Trigger.
Very triggering, and that's really scary. Again, it's like we never know. You can never know someone. I think the advice is like, obviously it's gonna suck, but I think you need to tell the other girl. I've been that woman. I've been it, but you need to tell her, because if she's gonna be so grateful at the end, even though it's good, she's gonna be like traumatized at first. But if it's not you, it will be the next one, and he's just gonna keep doing it, and it's just gonna drag it on.
If you can get away with it the first time, he's gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, and so I think it's good for her to know and maybe like have a chance at a normal life instead of this going on for years and years, you know?
Right.
Like,
or they can get through it together even.
Yeah,
just something needs to uncover.
I think the truth always should come out, and also I think that will help you feel better too. Right. Because if you're feeling so guilty, then tell her and try to make it so she can like not live in this lie as well, like you were, you know?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's my advice.
Man, that's so hard. Well, thank you for sending that into us. And I think that's probably the best advice I think you could give. I mean, and if you don't tell her, then
I just think that might make you feel more guilty.
More guilt.
Yeah, at least I think it always helps just to get everything out in the clear, and so you're not hiding anything. You're gonna have to go through it, obviously, but
that's like a lot of our advice recently with the listener stories is like, it's always gonna suck when you do it, but with time and healing and conversation and communication, it can always get better.
Exactly. And I think things only get worse if it's like hidden and just left to like bubble up, and eventually it's gonna explode and be terrible.
Eventually it explodes worse.
Yep.
I agree. Oh man, well, we really thank you guys for sending in these stories. And if you are listening and you feel like you have one that could be a fit for this show, please send it to us. You can either DM us, we will keep you anonymous, or you can add it to our Instagram link. It's going to be in our highlighted story. It's an anonymous link where you can drop your stories, questions, anything you want. So thank you for those who have sent stories in, and we really look forward to seeing more from you guys.
Yes. And so that concludes this week's episode. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks for all the support.
Another one on the books.
Yeah. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.